Oh.
Herbie, Herbie, Herbie. You know what? Do that thing, Herbie. Do that thing you do.
I
Play the
got
clown music for me, please. What a
Oh
disaster.
man! Hey, 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 hey. Man, you corny.
Cap, my boy Cap, man. Cap, I'm sorry you had to witness that, my Dolphin brother. As a matter of fact, I'd like to issue an apology to all of Dolphins Nation. I apologize to you all for having
We
to
have to.
debacle that we just witnessed today on this fine Sunday in October.
I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to react. I'm numb to this. And again, I should be happy. My team won today. My team went BTA on the New York Jets, a division rival of yours. We did our part. We helped out the Dolphins. But to watch a team have a 17-point lead to the bottom dwelling Carolina Panthers and then completely blow it in one quarter, not even in a half. It was in a quarter. Both of y'all didn't want to do anything in the third quarter. So you lost the game in one quarter, that fourth quarter. Y'all let Rico Dwaddle have 206 rushing yards against y'all. Y'all let Ted McMillan get 6 receptions on y'all. Y'all blew the Darren Waller comeback game all in one, all on the same Sunday afternoon. This is up there, man. Like this is probably the one that should break. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just take it to the head. Take it to the head. This is the one. There's been a lot of painful losses. There's been a lot of embarrassing losses. There's been a lot of what the hell just did I just watch kind of losses. But I can't think of too many that was like this, Rod. This was an embarrassment in every facet of the game, dog. And it's like your team went to ish at the same time. You couldn't catch all of a sudden. You couldn't block all of a sudden. You couldn't run the ball all of a sudden. Your defense couldn't contain Bryce Young all of a sudden. All at the same time. The opportunities were there. When the Carolina Panthers were making their comeback, it wasn't like they were all the way efficient. It was a hot potato game of who doesn't want to win. Y'all play hot potato for like a solid 15 minutes straight. So that's what really makes it worse. It's not like the Carolina Panthers took it. Like y'all just couldn't stop them. Y'all stopped them multiple times. Y'all just got the ball back, 3 and out, 3 and out, one first down, 3 and out. Like, what is this team, Rod? What is this organization? Where's the direction? Where's this going? I don't see a future anymore, man.
Fire everybody, bro. Fire McDaniel. Fire Greer. Exactly, Cap. 17 and nothing. WTF happened. What the I do this. It's frustrating. This is probably the most frustrating of all the games, Herbie. And maybe the most frustrating thing about the game, at least for me, was the fact that all the allegations, all of the negative talk in the offseason and in previous seasons about the Dolphins being soft, the Dolphins being weak, and you look at the way we played in the trenches on both sides of the ball. Herbie, I did a lot of caping for this team, but in particular, I did a lot of caping for this defensive line. Of all the things that were going to go wrong with this team, possibly, Herbie, these guys were the ones who I thought would be the strength of this team. And through 5 weeks, what we have seen, Herbie, is one of the most uninspiring, one of the most lethargic, one of the most just lackluster front lines in football, Herbie. to your point, Rico Dotto isn't even the starter.
He's
He's
not
not
even the
even the
starter.
starter. Chuba
It,
Hubbard, their starting running back, didn't play. Rico's
coming into this
the
game, Rico Dotto was averaging 80, had 83 yards total and was averaging 2.7 yards per attempt. Coming into this game, the
backup.
previous 4 games that the Carolina Panthers played, Rico Dotto had a total of 83 yards. He more than doubled that in this game alone with 40 yards to spare. This is bad, right? Like this is bad. So let's just go ahead and do the game recap, man. These are just some of the stats from the game, bro. The Panthers beat y'all in first downs, 15-26. The Panthers beat y'all in rushing first downs, 8-2. The Panthers were more efficient, 5 for 11 versus 5 for 13. The Panthers ran more plays. The Panthers almost doubled you in yards, 418 to 248. The Panthers had 6.4 yards per play. The only thing y'all beat them in was in passing yards, and that ain't even all that impressive, right? Like y'all lost in every conceivable way, and this is the by far most embarrassing stat. The Panthers had 209 yards rushing as a team. The Miami Dolphins had 19. 19. You couldn't even get a dub. You couldn't even make it. You couldn't even get a dub. You couldn't get old Thomas Jefferson. You had 19 rushing yards as a team on 14 attempts. You almost averaged 1 yard per attempt.
Couldn't do anything, Herbie. We couldn't do anything in the running game. We could not do anything.
But you know what you did do? You know where you did win? You won in penalties. You had that. You beat them in penalties, though. So, hey, you got that at least.
Herb,
This
how many games when you win the turnover battle that you lose like this? Right? Like we had no turnovers, Herbie. We had no turnovers, and you couldn't even tell based on how the game ended that the Panthers were the ones who started the game, giving the game away.
this is the fact that y'all blew a 17-point lead and y'all had the turnover battle. Like you had the turnovers. You got the fumble and you got an interception. And y'all still lost. This y'all didn't lose to Tom Brady. Y'all didn't lose to Peyton Manning. Y'all didn't lose to Drew Brees. Y'all didn't lose to Patrick Mahomes. God damn it, you didn't even lose to Josh Allen. You got ran down by Bryce Young and Xavier Legette and a rookie wide receiver and a second string running back. That's who ran y'all down. That's who hawked y'all down.
It's bad. It's bad. This is about as bad as it gets. It doesn't get worse than this, Herbie. It literally, Herbie, it doesn't get worse than this. It doesn't get worse.
So if it doesn't get worse than this, Rod, do you even want to do what we're right? What they don't even, do you even want to do that?
I can, Herbie. I actually wrote a whole list down. Let me just get my list off. Let me just get.
Well, let's go ahead, man. Let's go. What went right, Rod? What went wrong? And obviously, what the fuck?
So usually we start this off by what went right, Herbie. But I can't help myself. I have to go with my what the fuck first. And I have a few of them, Herbie, and we've addressed them, but I'll go back over them, Herbie. My first WTF, man, is blowing a 17-point lead and allowing 20 unanswered points. Herbie, there's no excuse to not even be able to muster a field goal drive in the span that it took for us to have the lead all the way to when the Panthers took the lead. That is just a disgusting display of football. My second WTF, we allowed over 200 yards rushing to the backup. Rico Dowdle came from the Cowboys. He was just supposed to be the guy who spells for Chuba Hubbard, Herbie. And our defensive line couldn't do anything. They could hardly pressure Bryce Young, right? We still didn't see the Dolphins defensive line get pressure. And we allowed the Carolina Panthers to bully us, Herbie. Their offensive line got hole after hole. Herbie, there were so many times I saw Rico Dowdle or even ETN when they were running through, when they were on running plays, excuse me, y'all. There were so many times I seen these guys go untouched for 5, 6, 7 yards. He had a bunch of plays where he ran for 10, 11, 12 yards with no problem, on top of the big plays they had in the running game. As a matter of fact, Herbie, there was one point in the game where I thought, like, I don't even know why the Panthers are passing it. They could literally just hand Rico the ball and drive all the way down the field, and they could probably still take this game. And that was before they took the lead. Shout out to my boy Tony, man. Another classic Dolphins football game. Yes, it isn't Dolphins football without a nice big freaking pie of disappointment. But on top of blowing a 17-point lead, Herbie, on top of allowing the Panthers to look like the second coming of the 90s Cowboys with that offensive line and Emmitt Smith, the third WTF I have is a very specific moment in the game. Herbie, you see, everybody sees, our defense can't stop the Panthers. All of a sudden, the Panthers became the 90s 49ers with Steve Young, and our defense couldn't do anything. Why the hell would you punt the ball? Yeah, I get it. It was 4th and 17. But you've seen that we couldn't stop these dudes. Why the hell do you punt the ball, McDaniel? Why? Why do you punt the ball? Like, dude, we had to at least try for a play. You never know what can happen. I mean, we weren't stopping these dudes, and granted, we actually kind of did stop them, and then Jack Jones gets the penalty, which I got that for what went wrong. But Herbie, this was awful. This was just an awful performance. Let me just run through the rest. What went right? Excuse me, y'all. Recovering from being sick. We found offense without Tyreek. Waddle had a good game. Herbie, over 100 yards, had a nice touchdown play. Waller, Herbie, he was a beast. And I'll get to things about Waller and what went wrong. But for the most part, Herbie, it was nice to see that we were able, our other weapons, even Achane, who had an incredible touchdown catch. We have weapons. Even without Tyreek, this is a team that can still score, a team that can still move the ball at times. The other thing that went right, Herbie, was the defense had turnovers, right? We started the game with a sack fumble from Bradley Chubb, and then the very next drive, we get a pick from Minka on an overthrow. So it was nice to see the defense, at the very least, be able to get game-changing plays. But Herbie, ultimately, that's the only things that went right, were those two things. Now for what went wrong. Herbie, the offense, I don't know what was going on. I don't know what it was, Herbie. I guess they decided to just go on break in the second quarter and not come back until the fourth quarter. The offense was stalled out way too long, Herbie. There is no way you get a 17-point lead and you don't get any points before the other team takes the lead. Especially when it's a team that's not that good. It's not like you're going up against the Chargers or the Chiefs no, this is the Panthers. Yeah, they're home, but Herbie, this is not a team that does anything particularly well. And you allow them to come back like that? Disgusting. The second thing, Herbie, we were weak, soft in the trenches, which I got to. We couldn't stop the run, and we couldn't run the ball, Herbie. They ran for 239 yards. We rushed for 19. That's the story of the game. That tells you how weak, how soft, how disappointingly just uninspiring our defense is. Last but not least, third, we couldn't convert third downs after the first 3 drives. The Dolphins coming into the game were actually a pretty good third down team. It was one of the few things we were good at. That changed in this game, Herbie. We were terrible on third down after our first 3 drives, and it showed. Last but not least, Herbie, what went wrong? Mike McDaniel's play calling after the first 3 drives. Herbie, in the beginning of the game, Mike McDaniel made a concerted effort to run the ball. And I get it. We weren't really having a ton of success, but when you have the lead, Herbie, what the hell is up with this dude and these screen passes? What happened to Darren Waller? You were feeding Waller to start the game, and all of a sudden you don't create any plays for him. You don't go looking for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you shy away from the run, and yeah, they were having success early, but you still had the lead. You shy away from the run. You shy away from one of the 2 big playmakers that you have left on your team in the passing game, And what were you expecting? Running screenplays for 2.5 quarters? Like Herbie, Mike McDaniel, like this is the game right here where I'm just over it. I'm just over it all. I'm over
Okay,
it.
so okay, so that begs the question, man. This is the question that everybody wants to ask. It's the question that everybody needs to know, and this is the question that everybody needs an answer for, man. Rod, you are the voice of the people. You are the voice of the fan. You are the voice of the Doll fans, man. Is everybody gone? Everybody. I'm
Bye.
talking to everybody.
Bye Tua. Bye Tua. Bye Tua. Bye Mikey. Bye Mikey. Bye Mikey. Bye Chris. Bye Chris. Bye Chris. Bye Tyreek. Nigga. Bye every nigga. Everybody, bro. Get them all. Get like Martin used to say. Get to stepping. Get to stepping. Get out of my house. I'm Herbie. I'm done. Herbie. What's left? Like
What's
Herbie, we
left?
are one of the worst teams in football. The only teams that are worse than us right now, Herbie, are teams whose quarterbacks are just out. Right? Like defensively,
The only team that you guys I could objectively say is worse than the Miami Dolphins right now, the
is the
2025
Jets.
Miami Dolphins. I can't even say the Jets. It's the Tennessee Titans, man. Like it's them. That's it. That's the only team that I can say is objectively worse than y'all. I feel like the Jets could beat y'all on any given Sunday.
They
I
almost
feel
came
like
back in the Monday night game, right?
exactly. Like y'all could lose to anybody. Y'all could lose to Jake Browning. Like dead ass. Y'all could lose to anybody in the league. Like that's
Kevin
especially like
Johnson,
this game.
man.
Like
Listen, shout out to the homie Kevin Johnson. He said the Saints. Man, the Saints can beat us, man.
the Saints could beat y'all.
The
The
Saints can
Saints just put up 20. The Saints just put up 28 on the Giants. Like think about this, man. Let's look through the teams that play today, right? Let's look through the teams that play today. Y'all not beating the Saints. Y'all not beating the Bucks. Y'all are not better than the Seahawks. Y'all are not better than the Cardinals. Y'all ain't better than Washington. You're not better than the Chargers. You're not better than the Lions. The Jake Browning might get y'all. Y'all ain't better than the Bills. Y'all ain't better than the freaking Patriots. Y'all ain't better than the 49ers. Y'all ain't better than the Los Angeles Rams. Y'all ain't better than Minnesota. You might be better than Cleveland. You might be better than Baltimore. But
without
that's because
Lamar.
without Lamar, you ain't better than the Texans. You might be better than the New York Giants. Might be. You ain't better than my Cowboys. I take that back, man. Y'all better than the Raiders, man. The Raiders ass. The Raiders are ASS. It's the Tennessee Titans, it's the Raiders, and then y'all, and then everybody else. So y'all are the third worst team in the league right now, man. Fourth, because y'all did beat the Jets. So, like, bruh,
Unbelievable, bro. We're bottom five. We're a bottom
you're
five.
bottom five. You're 100% minimum bottom five team, bro. This right here, this is a stain. This is one of those, you gonna remember this for the next 5 years as a fan. You gonna remember where you were October 5th, 2025, when y'all lost this game. People gonna say, man, I remember when y'all let Bryce Young come back for down 17 zip. In a game he had 2 turnovers in.
Oh my god,
How do you scrub this away?
Herbie.
Like, I'm gonna ask y'all, and this is for everybody in the chat. This is for you, Rod. This is for everybody. How are y'all still fans, man? Like, how do y'all do it? How do y'all still?
Herbie, you want to know how? It's because we're sick. Like you know what it is, Herbie. It's like for whatever reason, and maybe and other fans of other teams and Dolphin fans who come across this, maybe you guys can have your own explanations. Throw it in the comments, man. But Herbie, there's this like weird sense of pride that we all have for being a fan. And like when you're a fan of a good team, you know, when they win and you're a part of that championship, that's something that you can hold on to. And no matter how bad things get down the road, you're okay with it. Heat fans can attest to this. I root for the Golden State Warriors. I got to see them win. So, I'm cool with however they look. But when you're a fan of a team like this, Herbie, when you're just waiting, you're waiting to be rewarded. You're waiting for the season where you're all the years that you put into this team is rectified. But here's the thing that we underestimate as fans, Herbie, is the fact that there is no fairness, God. There is no like. At the end of the day, it's all based on who makes the right moves, who pays the right people, yada yada yada. And at the end of the day, fans, we have no control over that, Herbie. And you could go your whole life. Imagine all the prior to the Cubs winning that World Series, Herbie. They were, I mean, they went on like 100-year championship
Yep.
run,
Hmm.
right? And I want Dolphins fans to understand we could get to a point. Like I'm 36 now. I won't be surprised at all if I'm in my 70s, in my 80s, and we still haven't done anything. Because at the end of the day, the organization, Herbie, the organization it starts at the top, Herbie, and Stephen Ross, for all the good that he brings in terms of him at least trying to put things together, he just doesn't know how to get the right people. He just doesn't. And the only advice I could give him, Herbie, is make sure your next coach is somebody with experience. Because our last like 5, 6 coaches have been new guys, a hot hire, and I'm tired of it. I'm done. Like it's just we have to change things up. We have to do something different. Greer has to go. He's been with this franchise for like almost 20 years. You know what? I don't know what blackmail he has, but y'all got to risk it at this point because I'm pretty sure Herbie, the fan base is fed up. I'm fed up. I've been doing
Hey
this
man,
for 30 years, bro. I'm fed up.
I'm gonna say
I'm
something.
not
I'm
the
gonna
only
say
one.
something. I'm gonna say something. I got to make sure I look over my shoulder. I think Chris Greer got the Epstein files, man. I think Chris Greer
He
got the
must
Epstein
have.
files, man. It
He
has
must
to be
have.
something. This has to be something that's going all the way to the top, man. He got information on Mossad. He got information on APAC. He got information on a lot of people, right? Like he got the Epstein files because that's the only thing that makes sense for this man to still be here, for to be this mediocre as he's
Herbie,
been for this entire
when you
time.
see the collection of talent on the field and the way they perform, that's
Yes.
his Frankenstein. That's his line that he put together. That first sack that we gave up, where Tua literally had just no chance with Jonas Savanea, that's his pick. All these, all that secondary that was cobbled together, that's him. Oh, when we were complaining about the offensive line in the offseason, oh man, I don't know why you guys are worried. You guys should. We're not worried. You should have been. Now, I bet y'all worried now because that seat is flaming now, Herbie. It's just a matter, Herbie. Right now, it's just a matter of time. We know, everybody knows the writing is all over the wall, like an insane person's freaking cell. The writing is everywhere. It's over. It's just a matter of time before they give McDaniel the boot, and all we're waiting for is to see if they give Greer the boot. I'd be more comfortable if they fired Greer first, to be honest with you. I've been
Okay,
waiting.
so I got one question for you, and then we could go on and move on to the rest of the week 5. Do you think they make it through the rest of the season? Like, what is it going to take for them to do an in season firing? Because I don't like this is as bad as it gets. Why hasn't it happened yet so far? And what would prevent it from happening until the end of the season? Because they don't deserve it. They don't deserve to make it to the end of the season.
I mean, Herbie, I know Ross issued a statement talking about Transport Jack. Yeah, go Fins. Yeah, sure.
This fucking guy, man. This guy, man. These spoiled people with these great quarterbacks,
uh,
dog. Get the yeah,
Chiefs
you.
fans can laugh it up, feeling good, huh? Because you just might fall your way into another Super Bowl because the AFC is just the Bills at this point. It's the only opposition. But anyway, I mean, Herbie, Stephen Ross, for whatever reason, took a liking to McDaniel, right? Like he decided he's the one who greenlit him having another season. He even put out a statement after I think week 2, saying that he was going to ride it out. But I mean, for these guys to get fired, Herbie, the Dolphins probably have to lose the next few games, which is 100% possible because our next game is against the Chargers, who even though I don't know if they won the game
No,
today.
they didn't. They lost 27-10.
Okay, but they're still better than the Dolphins. We're gonna have the Falcons coming up. I mean, we have a slate of games coming up where, I mean, where do the wins come from, Herbie? When you look at how poor the defense can't stop anything. Like that's to me, that's Herbie. That's probably the most shocking part, right? Like you figured that the offense was gonna have its troubles. First game without Tyreek, so us not scoring for 2 straight quarters is not even that shocking to me because I figured we would run into some issues without Tyreek. I got you. We still managed to score 24 points. Herbie, our defense can't stop anybody, bro. Like outside of those turnovers, Herbie, the Panthers, outside of maybe one other drive, were scoring on every drive. Like
Yeah.
There is no offense that are deep. Like, even if we build a lead, Herbie, we know it's inevitable that the other team catches up. And our offense, as good as it can be, is capped out, right? Like, with the collection of players we have with Tua at quarterback, there's only so good our offense will be at this point without Tyreek. So if 24, 27 points ain't enough, Herbie, if 30 points ain't enough, Herbie, we're not beating anybody, right? And after a few more weeks of losing games, Herbie, that's when Stephen Ross will have no choice but to pull the plug. The problem is, if you pull the plug, who do you like? I mean, I guess they would say Weaver would be the interim coach, but his unit is the worst unit. That defense, that defense is awful. That defense is Herbie. Our defense is a disgrace to defensive football. And I grew up watching the Dolphins have at least really good defenses.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
so to see that a team, especially one of the worst teams in the league, could rush for over 200 yards on your head, right? And their quarterback didn't even play that great a game, and you let the other team rush for 200 yards, bro? Are you serious, dog? The poor tackling, just no penetration. Like, oh man, this is Herbie. Next week against the Chargers, like, even though it's a home game and even though it's a West Coast team playing early, it could get ugly for us. Imagine.
Imagine. All right, so you know what we do, man. Before we close the chapter, man, we got to look at funny tweets of the week, man. So let's see this week's funny tweets, man. So right out the gate, man. Miami Dolphins, when they have a chance to win the game.
Oh, Herbie, that's the one thing I didn't get to. That's the one thing I didn't get to. At the end of the day, Herbie, Tua actually played a pretty solid game, but I shit you not, on that final drive, it was deja vu, right? When the game is on the line and you need Tua to make the throw, he has
The throw.
Waddle wide open. He overthrows him by a mile. Matter of fact, Waddle saved it from being a pick. And then he goes on, he gets sacked, and then McDaniel punts the ball. It's just pathetic, man. Just pathetic.
All right, I'm gonna head out, man. Yeah, that's how it feels, man. This is how it feels, man. This is how it feels, man.
Crazy.
Oh boy. Tweet from Neil Driscoll, man. An inexcusable loss for the Miami Dolphins. No one should survive, but they will. Coaching staff isn't qualified. An awful Carolina Panthers team bullied you all day long.
Bullshit. It's unbelievable, Herbie. It was like, when people talk about how soft the Dolphins are, my goodness.
Tua, year 6. McDaniels, year 4. Greer, year 10. Playoff wins, 0.
I give up. Fitting, man.
This one is just the best one, bro. I hate watching the Dolphins every week.
Bro, Smoke, he's speaking facts, Herbie. That shit takes a toll on you, bro. It does. Watching the Dolphins every week is literally unhealthy. It's unhealthy. It's bad for you.
And this is the win probability for the Miami Dolphins. You guys were here, and then it tanked, and then it went all the way down, and then you had the opportunity, and then it went all the way down to a 0.1%. Like, you guys, man, you guys are a hilariously unserious team, dog. Like, a hilariously unserious team, bro, and an unserious organization, bro. Like, I still can't believe this, man. So let's go ahead and close the book on that one, man. NFL Week 5, man. Just some random thoughts before we get into your observations, bro. I want to say this: the NFL, this was an incredible week. I appreciate that the Houston Rockets got one of those get-back games. Not the Houston Rockets. The Houston Texans got a get-back game, a get-right game against a very bad Ravens. To see a good C.J. Stroud again, to see a C.J. Stroud offense being capable of putting up 40 points. Like, yeah, I know it was against Cooper Rush. I know against a bunch of no-name backup players in the Ravens, but I needed to see that because he's too good to have the career trajectory go south the way it's been going, heading back to last season, because they probably have the worst offensive line in football. Like, we're in a offensive line epidemic right now, bro. Like, that's something that is not getting reported. That's something that's not getting talked about nearly enough. Offensive line play is atrocious. The Tennessee Titans have a terrible offensive line. The Houston Texans have a terrible offensive line. The Miami Dolphins have a terrible offensive line. Like, these kids are not getting coached up. They're not. We're not developing. And Jim Schwartz, or Jeff Schwartz, I should say, who Jack should know, All Pro offensive lineman for the Chiefs. Somebody was complaining on Twitter about offensive line play, and he said, you know how you make good offensive line plays? It was this thing called two-a-days where you actually practice and learn how to block because you're practicing how to block. These guys are getting beat on stunts damn near every play, dog. Yeah. I'm like, why is it so hard to block a stunt?
that lack of reps, bro, it's showing.
It's showing across the league. So if you put like this, whoever has a good offensive line, bet on them to win the game. That's really what it comes down to. The Bucs have a good offensive line. Yep. They're winning. The Lions have arguably the best offensive line in football. They're dominating. They have the biggest point differential all in the entire NFL right now. Like, that is what it's become. Do you have a good offensive line or do you not? Like, and if you don't have a good offensive line, you better have an alien for a quarterback, dog. You better have a Patrick Mahomes. You better have a Josh Allen. You better have a Lamar. You seen what happened to Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is probably going to be out for 3 months because his offensive line is terrible. They had a play with the Bengals, I think it was last week, where it was a 3-man rush, and the left end and the right end got to the quarterback untouched. How do you have a 5-man protection on a 3-man rush and both of the defensive ends get there untouched? How is that even possible?
Unbelievable.
That was the Bengals. That is the offensive line that Joe Burrow is tasked with playing behind, bro. It is rough. We don't have Lamar Jackson. We don't have Joe Burrow. We don't have J.J. McCarthy, which might be a good thing, actually. So that might be a good thing. And we're not even in the week 6.
Yep.
We're not even in the week 6, and we're down quarterbacks because of offensive line play. That wasn't even where I was going with the conversation. I wanted to have a conversation about week 2 and whatnot and the things that we found interesting, but I just had to get that off my chest because it's just like,
it's apparent. It's apparent. You see it in every game.
It's super apparent. But back to week 2 though. So
week 5.
Some of the games. My bad. Week 5. Cannot believe the Tennessee Titans beat the Arizona Cardinals. That's shocking.
Oh wait, what? They actually pulled that out?
They came back.
Oh wow.
Yeah, crazy, right? Let's see here. Cincinnati, Washington. Okay. Talk about the Chargers real quick. The Chargers are another team that is being ravaged by a lack of offensive line. They don't have Rashawn Slater, and they don't have the left tackle, Joe Alt. We went from Justin Herbert is the MVP to Justin Herbert's out here only putting up 10 points, man. It's finna be a battle, man. It's finna be, bro. If y'all beat the Chargers, I know we just had a very dubious outlook. I know we just trashed this team for 20 minutes straight. I know that nobody feels proud or happy about the Miami Dolphins. But if y'all beat the Chargers, dog, next week, oh my God.
Oh. Well, if we beat the Chargers, then all the Herbert critics are going to come back hard.
This is going to be funny. 2-9 versus Justin Herbert, round 3. Let's go. Let's go.
Round 4. We're 2-1. 2-1.
Yeah, the NFL is a hilarious place, man. It's an hilarious league, man. All right, so let's get to your observations, bro.
All right, man. Red zone observations. My first. The AFC North being the worst division in football was not on my 2025 bingo card. And Herbie, I got to tell you, watching the Bengals without Burrow, watching the Ravens without Lamar, these are two of the worst football teams I think I've ever seen, bro.
It's pretty bad, man. It's pretty
Like,
bad.
like when you watch guys like Jake Browning and Cooper Rush, it makes you appreciate the starting quarterbacks in the league. But
Yes.
when you look at that division, Herbie, those two teams aside, because we know their problems, you have the Browns who they started Dylan Gabriel today, who had an okay debut. He wasn't bad. But the Browns are just a mess. And then the Steelers, out of all the division winners, are probably the weakest one. Like out of all the division winners, they're probably the one division winner where you're just like, like, they have their strengths, but they're not a team that you expect to go on a deep run. So the AFC North being the worst division in football, Herbie, that's a shocker. Um, this was a personal thing for me, Herbie. This red zone thought. Why do screen passes look better when other teams do it? And and Herbie, yeah, hey Rafe, you speaking facts, man. Herbie gonna turn it up.
Oh, I can answer the question very quickly, but go ahead.
No, Herbie, because what sparked this play was I watched a play in the Lions game where Goff threw a wide receiver screen to Amon St. Ra who had like 20 yards on it. And I'm watching, I'm just like, bro, I feel like every time I watch another team throw for a screen pass, like they actually get positive yardage, even if it's 5, 6, 7 yards. The Dolphins are the only team to where we throw a screen pass and there's immediately a defender there. It never works out.
Two reasons. One, you don't have the wide receivers that actually block. Like, look at the personnel. You have small wide receivers out there. Like, you have speed guys. You need big dudes to block. Like, think about the Lions, right? The Lions run a lot of 12 personnel. They have big ass dudes. They got Sam Laporta. They got David Montgomery. Like, they have, bruh,
Even Jameson Williams is a
Panay,
big receiver.
Panay Sewell runs out and blocks like he's a fullback. Y'all don't got that. Y'all don't got that. So yeah, you think Jalen Waddle out here really blocking on the screen for Devon Achane? Like Jalen Waddle getting his ass pushed and tossed to the side, man. Hey, come on, man. And then other teams have creative ways to get to the screen pass. You know what the hell you can see a Miami Dolphins screen pass from a mile away. It's like
Dick.
it's like okay, every fourth play is gonna be a Miami screen pass. Don't worry about it. How many? Were we on the fourth play? Screen. Like it's very predictable. It comes out of the same formation. It comes out of the same set. There's no you're not dressing it up. You're not dressing it up. It's crazy because Mike McDaniel seems to be the only person from the Sean McVay family that didn't adopt that. Kevin O'Connell is infamous for dressing up plays. Sean McVay is infamous for dressing up plays. Kyle Shanahan is the godfather of dressing up plays. You guys got the guy that just gives you a plate of rice and chicken. No
Well, here's the
season,
thing,
no
Herbie.
nothing,
It's
bro.
not even that. It's not even just that. It's not even just that. Mike McDaniel prior did dress up plays. The difference is, Herbie, he's the one guy that can't figure out how to dress up the play and get the play call correct at the same time. All the other guys dress up plays and then their quarterbacks still have time to read the defense and all the other stuff. We dress up plays, and by the time everybody's set and situated, we got 3 seconds left on the play clock. So it's just we got the defective member of the Shanahan coaching tree, as you will.
All right, number three.
Number 3, Herbie. I don't know if you saw this or if any of y'all saw this, but Kyler Murray had one of the most hilarious looking intentional grounding plays I ever seen. Like there's a play to where basically he's looking to throw the ball, he's about to get sacked, and right before he gets sacked, he just pitches the ball away. He just pitches the ball away like, and then and then the offensive lineman is looking like his offensive lineman looks like what the hell, and he runs over and jumps on top of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a hilarious looking play, bro. And at first, the refs didn't even call intentional grounding. At first, they treated it like a fumble. But eventually, like, the Titans coach was like, yo, nah, man, throw that flag because it was grounding, right? There was no receiver in the area. It didn't make it to the line of scrimmage. Like, Kyler Murray literally just, like, he's getting chased and he just flicks the ball. He just throws it away. Like you can't do that.
That
Kyler,
was
what
a
do you
funny
think?
play. I'm trying to see if I can find it, but that was a funny ass play. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Oh, bro, I was dying when I saw that play, Herbie. I was just like, I've seen intentional grounding for 30 years.
Aha! And we got it. We
Bro,
got it,
go
baby.
ahead, play that, man.
We got it. Hold on, brother. There you go. Check your boy out, man. Check your boy.
It is a- What the hell is that, bro? Bro, I was dying when I saw it. I was dying.
This is some shit out of a freaking Boondocks or The Simpsons, man. Like that's pretty
What?
funny.
I couldn't
That is
believe
pretty
it.
funny, bro. That is actually pretty funny. I'm not gonna hold you. All right, what's number 4, man?
My number 4 red zone thought, Herbie, and this is prior. I didn't know that the Titans ended up winning the game, but prior to the result of that game, I put playing for the Titans. Cam Ward is looking like he wishes he could punch out of his shift. Like Herbie, there were so many times watching that game, he was just getting leveled because of the offensive line. Receivers were dropping pivotal catches, and I just felt like Cam Ward probably isn't having very much fun out there. Now, clearly, they were able to make a comeback. I didn't catch the end of the game, but
Part of the reason why they were able to make a comeback is because for whatever reason, we have an offensive line epidemic, and we have something that cannot be cured, bro. This is an uncurable disease, bro. Dudes dropping the ball before they cross the goal line. You just seen Adonai Mitchell get crucified last week.
for the same thing.
The Arizona Cardinal player, a wide open running, he just let the ball go. It fell out of the back of the end zone, touchback. That 7 points was the difference between a win and a loss. We just seen it 2 weeks back to back. I don't understand it, bruh.
Ridiculous.
Like, the last thing I want to do is drop the ball before I got to the goal line. People understand how hard it is to score a touchdown in the NFL. Like, it's very, very hard to score a touchdown in the NFL. And these dudes clearly don't want to do it. Like, you worked all that. You work your. And he's a guy like Adonai Mitchell is not somebody that's always in the end zone.
Right.
I don't know who. I don't even know the player from Arizona. It wasn't like I think it might have been a backup with him. I don't know who it was. I know he ain't always getting into the end zone. This might be your only opportunity to in your own life,
Right.
and you gave it up.
These
Like,
dudes, we've seen more of that this season than I think ever, like all in one season. Like it's crazy.
it's legitimately ridiculous, bro. It's like it's crazy. Like this, bro. It has to be somebody, bro. Like it got to be a higher dimensional being, bro. Just hitting the button, dog. Because nothing else makes sense, bro.
Straight
Like,
glitches in the matrix. Bro.
third back. Okay, so it was a third running back on the team. He's never getting that situation again, bro. This is never gonna happen for him again. And he gave it up, and they lost the game
Oof.
at
That
injury to insult.
That makes it worse. Yeah, that makes it worse.
All right, man. And your last red zone observation, my boy.
My final red zone observation, another one that hits close to home for me, and we've actually had this conversation throughout the pod. Watching the Bucks and Seahawks offensive lines has me feeling envious, Herbie. To be able to watch the holes they create for their running backs, to be able to watch the protection that the Seattle offensive line and that the Bucks offensive line hands to Baker and Darnold, respectively, Herbie. It was just it was making me sick to my stomach. Though I was hating that. Imagine you're watching a football game, Herbie. Neither team has anything to do with you. They're in a whole separate conference.
Yeah.
And my blood is boiling because I'm watching their offensive lines hold it down, bro. Like, imagine, dog. Imagine a world where we have an offensive line, Dolphins fans. I don't know what's different, man, but God, it wouldn't be this. That I could tell you.
It put like this. If you had the opportunity to draft Tristan Wirfs, you wouldn't draft Tristan Wirfs. If you had the opportunity to draft Penei Sewell, you wouldn't draft Penei Sewell. You guys are allergic to good offensive linemen, bro.
To your point, we drafted Waddle over Sewell.
You're right.
We traded down. People got to remember we
Do
traded.
y'all know what y'all could do with Penei Sewell? Like, I forgot y'all had the opportunity.
Herbie, we've blown a lot of our opportunities. Tristan Wirfs, I don't believe we had a chance to get him. I think
You did. I think he was drafted 14th. And I think y'all took Jake
Love.
Love.
Austin Jackson. Aren't they in the same draft? Tristan
They
Wirfs. I was
might have been. They might have been.
2020.
They might have
I
been.
could be
They
wrong.
might have been. No, I think it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Yes, you guys did take Jake Long over Matt Ryan, which hey, Jake Long was a good professional. Like, why y'all did it? Till this day I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. But Jake Long wasn't that bad. All right, so time for bad dope of the day, man. For people who are new to this, bad dope is the
Oh,
worst
before
play.
you go, Herbie, Raphael said it. Kenneth Grant over Tyler Warren.
That was wild. Like
Rafi, I was on Tyler, man. You know I wanted him. You
y'all
know I
took.
wanted him, dog.
Do
I actually
y'all know
wanted
what
Kenneth
y'all
Grant
could
in the
do with
second
Will
round.
Johnson right now? Do y'all know what y'all could do with Will Johnson right now?
Oh my god. Especially
Like, do
watching
y'all know?
guys like Jack Jones and freaking ugh.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. But back to it, man. Bad dope of the week. This is the play scenario or person or team that was the worst thing that we've seen all weekend, man. So bad dope of the day, man. The Miami Dolphins rush defense, dog. Like there's nothing else that we can say.
Bro.
Like
Absolutely.
100%.
What
Like
else could it be, Herbie?
what else could it be?
Give it
The
up
Miami
250 yards to the
the
Panthers.
Miami Dolphins are the bad dope of the day. They gave up 206 rushing yards to a backup. They gave up 206
You're back
yards to a
up. You're
guy
X
named
back up, dude.
Rico Dwaddle. He don't even got a cool running back name. Y'all let him get 206 yards. Y'all gave up to Rico Dwaddle.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, Rod, I'm sorry, man. Y'all got the bad dope.
It was well deserved, Herbie. It was well deserved.
All right, before we get about it, man, closing thoughts, man. Mark Sanchez is a thug, man.
He's
So
a
let's go ahead
thug.
and close out with that, man. If people are not familiar with the story, Mark Sanchez got stabbed and arrested all in the same evening in downtown Indianapolis. When the news came out, obviously you hear Mark Sanchez get stabbed. You assume that Mark Sanchez was the person that was being attacked, the person that was the victim in the situation. Because why? What the hell would Mark Sanchez do being an aggressor in any kind of situation like that? He clearly has too much to lose. We don't know Mark Sanchez all that well. Then clearly, homie was out here beating up 69-year-old men, drunk off his ass. Like what?
What? Herbie. Herbie, picture this. Mark Sanchez will go down as having two of the most epic fumbles with the NFL of all time. This man has the butt fumble, and then he has this. This is an epic fumble, Herbie. Like, at the end of the day, how the hell do you go and attack an old man? You're drunk, like, and then here's the thing, Herbie. He got a lot of love early on because, like you said, there weren't too many details out. So he even had a governor come out, and you had a whole bunch of people talking about, oh, Indianapolis is such a crime infested state, and then blah blah blah, and people talking about how bad the crime is. Come to find out, the criminal was Mark Sanchez going after a 70-year-old man. And if you see the picture, that dude has a huge gash on his cheek. It looks bad. It's just such a
It
bad.
looks really, really bad. Like I seen the dude, and I seen a picture of the guy, and I'm just like, yo, Mark Sanchez. Like, dog, what? Like, this man look like. I'm like, yo, what? And it was over. Mark, he just been really drunk and belligerent. Like, if you really read the details, he just picked a fight with some dude because they were assumed to be blocking his way. And it's just like, Mark, this is a terrible look. Like,
Awful.
awful look. Now, granted, in fairness to Mark Sanchez, I've never heard anything about Mark Sanchez. I've never going back to USC, going back to when he was in college, going back to his time in New York, right? Like you never heard this kind of things, but you don't know who people are, right? Like clearly there's a demon inside of Mark Sanchez, and that demon wants to beat up on 69-year-old men, dog. Like yeah, we all got demons, but clearly his demon is trying to pick fights with old white dudes, bro. So
It's,
it
it's just Herbie. It's just when, especially a guy like him in the position he's in. It's like how do you do that? Like how do you do that to yourself, bro? Like, oh, yo, Raphael's funny as hell. This motherfucker said, hey, Raphael said Mark Hispanic gene came out, but crazy old man, Reek just slapped an old man.
So this is who Mark said. Like, it's bad. Like, this is bad. Like, this is bad. Like, you got to see it to really understand like what he did, because allegedly he just threw him into a garbage can and then just started beating the living crap out of this dude. Like, Mark Sanchez could have died in this situation based on how deep the wound, his stab wound is, and then the guy would have got off on self defense, because this is what it turned into. So, it is really, really ridiculous.
Imagine, and the dude's a truck driver, bro. He was probably at a rest stop trying to just, you know what I'm saying, in between drives.
Oops, there we go. Yeah, man. Yeah, so we'll clearly get more details on the story, but yeah, man. As of now, I can say this, man. F. Mark Sanchez, man.
Yeah, Mr. Butt Fumble.
Hey, listen. If he did say butt fumble, then all right, I can see why Mark Sanchez blacked out. I'm sorry, right?
Hey, could you imagine Herbie like if he was like, hey, butt fumble, and Mark Sanchez just snapped. Just, just PTSD.
Hey, if that man called a butt fumble for real, I would be like, all right, what he did was absolutely ridiculous and egregious, but I get it. Like, I would black out too, man. Like, you can't call me the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life, man. Like, fuck off, man. But nah, that is just jokes. That's just joking. We're just joking, guys. There's gonna be people gonna be like,
thoughts and prayers to
obviously,
me, man.
Obviously, man. So, anything before we get about here, Rob?
Herbie, I guess to my fellow Dolphin fans out there, I know y'all are suffering, but I just want you guys to know, and I said it on an earlier pod, D-Day is upon us. We are inching closer and closer.
So close. We're
to
so
the
close.
beginning of the end.
Close.
And we're seeing it. We're seeing it live, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be rough. But on to another rebuild, Herbie. We're on the way.
And we'll do that, man. We will see y'all next week, man. Deuces.